Hello and welcome to our project. We are Aquiles Torres and Carlos Miguel, and we're going to talk about McDonald's expansion in China and India. Through these presentations, you will be able to know the strategies, struggles, and society reaction on these places. We hope you enjoy it and learn more about this huge company.
McDonald's is considered the biggest fast food trademark in the world. They had always think expanding their business, and nowadays they serve in all the continents and in many different cultures. Not all countries have the same cultural aspects, so this company had to adapt themselves to the different belief and cultural situation of the countries they serve. For example, India has the second biggest population with more than a billion people. 80% of Hindu people believe in Hinduism, leaving the other 20% in a mix of religions like Islam, Catholicism, and atheist and other agnostic belief. When McDonald's entered India, they needed to change a variety of things, including their strategies, ways to merchandise, and even creating a new product like the McVeggie.
In these days, managers should know that adapting their companies to the cultural aspects. Also, these managers should know that there is not a global consumer, but there is a different consumer in each civilization. For example, you will not sell a Colombian empanada in Iran if you don't adapt your business idea to their cultural concept of food. In the internationalization and expansion of a company, it is really important that managers adapt their business to the new country they are going to enter. For this, they should make demographic and cultural studies.
We are living in a globalized world that have different needs that need to be filled with diverse ideas in the business sector. For example, McDonald's have many TV propagandas because they're really offensive to the culture they show it to. Managers also need to be aware of the sensibility of the people in the different cultures they are entering into. Has also entered to the Chinese market. Although it was easier entering India, they needed to change some things from their strategy in their business. For example, they had a new menu for their stores. Finally, they changed their propaganda and transmit the same message in a whole new way, in some way. That's called diversification of media.
India was one of the biggest challenges for McDonald's. In this country, cows are considered sacred. So serving beef for burgers will make them look bad and inappropriate for people. To gain the acceptance of society, McDonald's had to change all the menu from beef to vegetarian food, tofu, and lambs. Although they have invested a lot of money in the study of products, trying to make them look good for Indian society. In this way is how McDonald's have achieved their success on the Indian culture.
Managers that handle the expansion of a trademark should be aware of the different aspects. In a study showed that colors inside a store matters to the consumers. Some people have attraction to other parents. They should be aware of all the little details in the place they serve. In example, even the way they arrange the tables or the plates the food is gonna be put.
When McDonald's first entered to Indian market, people start thinking that it was an offense for them because most of the products they sell are against Indian culture, like meat. When people noticed that they have made a new menu for India, they felt in some way happy with the company feeling that McDonald's cares a lot about consumers. Problems came up. Health authorities in India plan to test McDonald's fries because they have noticed after a few research that French fries were full of beef fat. This is a problem McDonald's has had all around the world. Officials from the Maharashtra State Food and Drug Administration began to collect samples. After the research, McDonald's answered them back saying that the fat is harmless for the body. McDonald's had suffered from attacks to some of their selling places in India. Some people have organized revolutionary groups in Bombay against them. They accused the brand of using animal extracting the fat and put it into the fries, even though McDonald's said it was harmless for the body. This issue caused that the confiability on the brand went lower than it was before they entered to India.
Amit Jativa, the managing director at Hardcastle Restaurants, who are McDonald's joint venture partner in Western India, responded to the protests that were taking place by placing advertisements in newspapers to show their commitment to their vegetarian food. They responded by saying, "We wouldn't make the mistake of adding beef flavor to French fries in a country like India." Jativa himself is a vegetarian.
With McDonald's, we were able to see how difficult it is to enter a global market. We've seen many cases of big corporations struggling to enter a new market. Take Pepsi, for example. They had a very tough time penetrating the Japanese public. They even ended up creating a video game to try to appeal to the youngsters among the Asian country.
In a globalized market, companies have to take an imperialistic vision to survive in a competitive environment. Managers have to learn the specific cultures to be able to thrive in new territories. They also need to pay attention to religious values, as we show in the example. India's religion is tied to eating habits, so managers have to be sensitive about certain issues. Companies like McDonald's have the huge interest on investing in emerging countries. India is part of the BRIC countries, which are the nations that are expected to be world economic powers. This necessity is due to the desire of maintaining their wealthiness throughout the upcoming years. China is also part of the BRIC countries. It is also a country that has huge density of people. That's why McDonald's wanted to enter to this country just like they did in India. Economics are very important for this kind of enterprises. They need big markets for financial growth. Workforce in China is very cheap, attracting companies to the country. In this way, companies can produce more than they are capable of producing in their own countries with the same money. This saves money to the enterprise and guarantees profit, maximizing production. Finally, we can see that making a company to grow globally is not that easy. It requires a lot of effort from every department of the enterprise. Entering to new markets can create huge problems to the company, challenging them to give the very best. Thank you for watching.